In my last video, I talked about what you need to know before you purchase property for your sustainable home. One of the most costly mistakes people make is that they spend a large chunk of their budget buying land that won't ever support the sustainable home they desire. Just understanding some basic principles about sustainable design can set you on the path to finding the perfect property for a home that works for you. If you missed that video, you'll find it at my channel at Sustainable Home Resource. I've also put a direct link to it in the description down below this video. But in today's video, I'm going to tell you another costly mistake I see people make. Sustainable home mistake number 2 is hiring an architect or contractor before creating your preliminary plan. Hey, Christina here with more tips and advice to guide you through creating an off-grid or sustainable home you'll love without the typical frustration, overwhelm, and costly mistakes. So if this is your first time here, then make sure to hit the big subscribe button and click the bell to make sure you get notified when I launch a new video. Many people hire an architect or contractor to draw up house plans right away because they don't realize that they are the most qualified person to lay out a preliminary plan for their new home. And while it is true that most people will need to hire a professional to draw the construction blueprints, they jump the gun by not doing some important work beforehand that will save themselves a lot of money and frustration. The secret is that by understanding the basics about sustainable home design, you can complete most of the design yourself, saving yourself a lot of money and ensuring that you'll get a home that fits your needs and your goals. The design process is cyclical, and if you hire a design professional at the very beginning, you'll be paying them for many cycles of design that you could do yourself. You are completely capable of completing most of the rounds of the design yourself, saving thousands of dollars in costly design iterations. You can lay out the location of your living spaces. You can decide what features, such as passive solar heating and cooling, water catchment, gray water gardens, or a composting toilet you want and make sure they get placed in the best location in the floor plan. You know which rooms need natural light, and you know best how much space you need to be comfortable and can afford. You are the most qualified because you know the lifestyle you want, you know how you want to live in your home, and you know what is important to you and your family. And learning about the sustainable features that you can incorporate into your home will give you the confidence to ensure that when you do take your preliminary plan to a designer, architect, or contractor, you will have the confidence to make sure that those features will get incorporated into your new home. By completing a preliminary plan yourself, you will ensure that your home will meet all of your personal, sustainable, and your financial goals. I ran into a friend a while back, and she had just read my book, Twisted Oak, A Journey to Create a Self-Sustaining Life and Home. I was excited when she learned that I had built an off-grid self-sustaining home just a couple of miles from her. She went on to tell me that her dream had always been to have a home that could heat and cool with the sun. And even though adding this feature would have been inexpensive and easy to incorporate into her home, her designer contractor talked her out of it. And years later, she still regrets not having solar heating and cooling. So after reading my book, my friend realized that if she had just understood the basic concepts of passive heating and cooling with the sun, that she would have had the confidence to work with a contractor to get the home she really wanted. Instead of getting talked out of her passive solar home, she would now be living in a home she loves with little to no heating or cooling bills. So, how do you learn about the basics of these sustainable features? And how do you go about learning about how you can create a preliminary plan for your home? Well, that's far too much information to include in this short video. So I've compiled the very basics into an easy to read and understand article called The 6 Essentials of a Sustainable Home, and you can download it for free. I've included a link in the description just below this video. I'm also including a bonus worksheet, the Before You Purchase Property Checklist, which will give you the questions you need to ask before you buy a piece of land. Going through this detailed checklist will save you from the financial disaster of buying land that won't support the home you're dreaming of. And next week, I'm going to reveal another costly mistake, I'll show you how to avoid it and what to do about it. I know that anyone who puts their mind to it can build a sustainable home. Understanding the sustainable features that support your dreams and your goals and knowing what to ask before you buy land will set you up for building the home of your dreams. Designing a home consciously and efficiently, either on the grid or off the power grid, can drastically reduce your building expenses, your utility bills, and your impact on the planet. Help me help you by leaving me a comment. Tell me, where are you in the sustainable journey? And what videos would help you achieve your dreams? I post a video every Saturday morning, so stay tuned for more videos on designing, planning, and building your off-grid or sustainable home.